Welcome, everybody, to Thursdays as If by Magic Facebook Live. Questions and conversations about magic. I'm so grateful to be here with you all. Okay, today's topic, next level allowance. So, hello, Dwight, hello. The conversation that was percolating for me this morning and kind of inspired by a conversation I was having with a friend of mine is about not just allowance, but this kind of next level allowance. I'm going to quickly explain allowance to any of you that have never heard this term used in this way before. Maybe you're new to Access Consciousness or new to As If by Magic. So with Access Consciousness, and there's a link at the top to know more, there's a set of tools and techniques to just make your life easier. One of the main tools is this tool called Allowance. And in Allowance, everything is just an interesting point of view. Okay. Now, allowance does not mean doormat. It does not mean acceptance. It doesn't mean just settling for anything. It's just you take the electrical charge off something, and then it's just an interesting point of view. And then you have a whole bunch of choices and questions to go from there. Hello, Susanna. Hello, Cass. Hello, everyone. Okay, so what am I talking about when I say next level allowance? This is a good one. This is a fun one. And you can apply this to a lot of different areas in your life. The way I first heard about it was actually through relationships. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the scenario that I heard it, and then we can apply it to a few other things and just see what shows up. So recently in a Choice Possibilities class with Brennan Watt, he started to describe someone had an upset with their partner. And he goes, okay, everyone, get an upset. Hi, Maureen. He said, everyone, get a sense of the last upset you had with someone. It could be your partner, it could be your parents, it could be your child, it could be your boss, whoever, okay? So get a sense of that upset. And then you write down, what would they have to change for you to not be upset with them anymore? Okay, so then you get your list, or maybe you just have this awareness really fast. And then you ask the questions. Here's the next level allowance piece. Thanks, 12, for putting that link in there. Then you ask, the next piece is asking, are they capable of changing this right now? And so I did it. I had two people I had upset with, and I asked, are they capable of it? And with one of them, I got actually no. And that's when this next level allowance poured in for me. Because if someone wasn't capable of something, you wouldn't be demanding at them to do it, right? So if there was a child that had a broken ankle, you wouldn't demand that they run and be like, you need to run now. I'm telling you to run. Why aren't you running? You would be, oh, they aren't capable of it right now. Their ankle is broken. So that's that next level of allowance that can pour in when we have some of these frustrations going on, right? Then with the other person, I got a sense of, oh, they could change some of these things. So then I start to ask, what can I contribute for this change? Yeah, anything that doesn't allow that. And that also has that space of allowance, because you're not putting it on someone, you're not demanding of anyone or anything. You're going, oh, here's a possibility. I wonder what contribution I can be for that possibility to come into actualization. Now I'm going to do the clearing statement. So those of you that are new to Access Consciousness or the clearing statement, you could get more information at theclearingstatement.com. But it's just a magical way we use to clear energies here with As If by Magic. So anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy it and create it, please? Right and wrong, get a mad, pock and pod, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds. Good morning, Jackie. Hello, hello. We're talking about allowance. So recently I've had a few encounters with people, and some kind of bizarre things have shown up. And And my little rebel side, especially those people that they want to maybe control, like to control me or do control with me. And my little rebel side will come up and I want to go into resistance. You can't control me. My fire will burn. So what I chose instead of going into resistance and getting all angry is I started to look at what was actually going on here that I'm not acknowledging. Okay, cool. And what do I get has to change here? And are they capable of changing that? And I don't know what you guys sense, but for me, this huge melting just starts to occur, and it just starts to melt. And it's not only with the other person, but it's also with you. So now let's apply this to your business. So look at your business. What are the things that would have to change in your business for it to be greater? Okay. What would have to change with the people that are working with your business for it to be greater? And are they capable of it? And you can ask, is the business capable of it? And so you might get a sense of no, and you're like, what? My business is an infinite entity. How could it not be capable of it? Well, there might actually be a little thing that needs to be put in place that you're not aware of, that if you handle that, then it will be capable of it. For example, you might have the incorrect business license. And you've been trying to and it's actually the universe has been having your back, making you fail in an area. That some people popped on that one. That's cool. Right, wrong, good and bad, talking about all night shorts, boys and beyonds. This isn't about looking at like all the things where people aren't capable of stuff. It's actually having that space of awareness with that space of allowance. And we're going to get to the magic part here because we're here to talk about magic, right? That allows that magic to show up. Because how many of us get frustrated knowing instant actualization is possible? And when we want something to instantly actualize, it doesn't always do it. So you could ask the question, okay, is this able to instantly actualize right now? If you get no, then what contribution can you be? Hello, Dr. Eichten. Nice to see you. So good to have you here. Now, let's expand this topic. So now we've played with your business, right? Your partner. We're going to talk about body for a minute. Hello, Maria. Hi. So are there things that you'd like to change with your body? And is your body capable of it right now? Yes or no? If you get a no, what does it require? So it is capable of it. It might need more sleep. It might need certain kind of minerals or vitamins that you're not consuming. It might require more sex in your life. It might require something, and it could be completely irrational. It could be completely in connection to what you're asking for. Body was so loud. Yeah. And then, so this is part of where we buy the lie that magic doesn't exist or doesn't exist in certain areas. Okay. So for example, if you know that your body could be able to change as if by magic, that you could literally ask your hair color to transform. Like right now, blue. But I actually like the pink, so I don't want it to be blue. But where you're aware of this possibility, okay? And because you're aware of the possibility, how many of us have this idea that because you're aware of a possibility, the possibility has to be, and it has to be when you decide it has to be. everything that is, and everywhere where you're negating magic by doing that, will you destroy and create it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. So why does that negate magic? Because if you're asking for something that's possible, but you're putting impossible restraints on it, you're negating the magic. You're actually not even allowing it to come to fruition, which helps you to reject magic and reject you as a magical creature. Hi, Linda. Hi, Namarata. True, she says. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So how much of your magic have you negated and denied by putting impossible conditions on your asks? Everything that is times a Godzilla, we destroy and create it. Please write on good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So how can we ask? Great question. So let's look at something that you've been wanting to play with. Maybe it is transforming your body. Maybe it's, bringing a plant back to life. Maybe it's something else with the earth. Maybe it's changing your business, whatever it is. Okay. So you ask those questions. So what would have to change here? So you get a sense of whatever this is, you get a sense of the possibility. Does something have to change here for this possibility to actualize? Yes or no? Okay. You get yes. I'm just following you down a little path here. Okay. So you get, I'm going to use business because I'm going to use body actually. So let's do that. So we're going to walk through this together. Get a sense of maybe, I don't know, maybe someone wants wings. That's what I got a sense of. Someone wants to sprout some wings. Okay. Other people, maybe they want to fly. Someone else, they might just want to, maybe you just want to shed some weight or have more mobility in your joints. Maybe you want to run faster than humanly possible. Oh, that sounds really fun, actually. Maybe you want to do Cirque du Soleil stuff and hang from silks and swing your body around. Okay. So get a sense of that. Get a sense of that possibility that you would actually like to have with your body. That you would actually like to have with your body. Not someone else's possibility that sounds good. What you'd like to have with yours. Okay. So now, okay, I will talk more about this in possible conditions. I will talk more about that. So here's this example. So let's take, okay, so 2 years ago, I was in a car accident and had a back injury. Okay. So while my body was healing through that back injury, so here's in magic, everything is possible. So I could have asked that question when my body was in recovery and healing. Is it possible for me to swing from silks from a rafter? Of course it's possible. Of course it is. Is my body capable of doing that right now? I would have got to know. So if I would have demanded my body to do it, to fight the no, then that's me putting impossible conditions on my magic. And then if I'm not able to overcome that impossibility, then I must not be magic or my body must not be magic. Everything that is times a Godzillion, we just train and create it. Please, right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So, okay, so we want to change this thing with our body. We're asking questions about it. Is my body capable of it right now? Yes or no? You get a sense of if it's yes, it is, then okay, cool. What can I choose today? If you get a no, what's required? What is my body asking for? Right, wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 shorts, boys, rounds. It might be, oh, I need to receive. Cool. Lower my barriers. oh, I haven't really truly acknowledged how magical my body is. Oh, cool. Acknowledge how magical your body is. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So we at times limit ourselves and stop the receiving from the universe. We don't trust our capacities. Exactly. Absolutely. And that is part of what this exercise will do is, I look like Tinkerbell today. Thank you, Nam. I actually felt like Tinkerbell this morning. That's funny that you picked up on that. I used to, many years ago, work for a children's entertainment company, and I would dress up as Tinkerbell and go to kids' birthday parties and just get to play with them and get paid for it. It was awesome. I loved it so much. Yeah, so Dr. Aiden said, so that's when we're pushing versus asking, letting go. And that's part of it. And it's also where you're trying to micromanage. You're trying to micromanage your asks, when they show up and how they show up. So if I were to ask the question, so now let's take me, I'm way back. I've had this back injury, okay? And I'm doing body processes and I'm doing all the things to start to heal the injury, right? And then I asked from that point, hey, I get this really cool sense of like hanging from silks. There's a yoga studio here in my town, and they have like these big silk panels that hang, and they do like aerial yoga. I would love to do that. I get a sense this is a possibility I'd like to have with my body. Is my body capable of it right now? No. Okay. So I start to ask what's required. What can I choose today? What can I let go of today? What can I ask for today? What can I receive today? And you follow that trail with your body to the possibility. Now, the other option is I can go, well, I'm magic, and I'm going to prove that I'm magic. I'm going to prove that my body's magic, and I've decided it's going to be today. And I'm going to go there and may or may not put my body out, may or may not regress all of the healing that I've been doing and create a new injury or redamage that injury. Okay, so everywhere we've been there and done that with anything, can we destroy and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, buck and bot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So playing with this exercise is that space of allowance, going again to that space of allowance where, so what if right now, what if you are aware that you could blink your eyes and your eye color could change? You know it's possible. Okay. And just because it's not occurring right now doesn't mean that it's not possible. It doesn't mean that you're not magic. It doesn't mean that your body's not magic. It's not a indication of a lacking of magic. If it's something that it would be truly joyful and a contribution to you and the world, then it's something that you can achieve by being in this question with total allowance, with no projection or expectation of when it's going to show up or how it's going to show up, by truly being willing to be that next level allowance with your magic and with your creation of magic. And that means just not having a point of view. So you ask for the possibilities. Hi, Sherry. You ask for the possibilities and you allow them to show up, and you just follow the breadcrumbs of the lightness. How do you ask your hair color or body to change? So there's a million different ways you can do this, but what we're playing with today is you can just, okay, so get the possibility of it. What would it be like? What would it be like to be able to just go pink, blue, purple, rainbow, and have your hair just, what would it be like? Okay. What would it be like to have that capacity with your body? You have to get a sense of that energy and what that energy is going to be for you. Now, is this something truly that you truly like to have? Is this something truly valuable to you? Is this something truly valuable to your body? And would it create more for you and create more for your body? So now let's say you get yes. And you might get no. If you get no, then probably just let it go. Okay. Because it might not be yours. But if you get that yes, okay, body, what's required? What would it take for us to have this capacity? Start to get those energies. You guys sense that? It's going to be different for everyone because nobody is the same. Okay. So then what you do is you start to follow the breadcrumbs of the awareness. And you have to be willing to go out of logic reality. And you have to let go of the control of how it's going to show up and when it's going to show up. Cool. So we have some wows. We have some that's so fun. The Lucy movie. Oh, I love that. It's such a good movie. I'll have that. What about sexuality energy of our body? Okay, great question. So in Access Consciousness, we actually talk about something called sexualness. Sexuality energy has an element of judgment in it. So you can ask for that if you want. But when we talk about sexualness, it is the ultimate receiving, and it actually doesn't have that energy of judgment in it. It is a lot, often for humanoid bodies, a lot more nurturing and delicious for us. So if you'd like to have more sexualness, talk to your body. Hey, body, what's required? What would it take for us to be more of the energy of sexualness? And allow that awareness to pour through. For everybody, it's going to be different. And it will be different every time you ask, because here's the thing, is that tomorrow your body will be different. It'll be a different creation. So you could ask again, hey, body, what would it be today? And then you ask again, and that's you following those little breadcrumbs and having total allowance. If you ask this question and you wake up tomorrow and you're like, oh my God, my body feels like it's hit by a truck and I'm exhausted and there's no mojo going on whatsoever, that doesn't mean that your body messed up. Okay. It doesn't mean that you did something wrong or that you asked wrong. It doesn't mean that magic doesn't exist or that you don't have the possibility available. It might be what's required to get to that ask. So yeah, okay, cool. Just doing a little energy mojo magic with my hands here. If anyone's wondering why I just stopped talking and what's going on. If you're being the sexualist, will it feel like anything? Great question, Sherry. So I'm going to talk about two things. So when you're being something, it doesn't feel like anything, and often you can't perceive that which you be. However, when you go from one vibration to a different vibration, that transition is usually when you're having a sense of something's different. So for someone that's been like locked down and shut down in their sexualness, that was actually me for many years during my marriage. Over the 11 years, I shut it all down. So when I opened up the door to like all of that flooding in, I felt like, actually physically felt, but also energetically, like all of this sexualness. And it was so much more. But what will start to show up is once you become it, it doesn't feel like anything. And often in that space, when you just become it, people go, oh no, I lost it. Oh no, it went away. Oh no, what did I do? I locked it down again. That might not be so. You ask the question, did I just become it? Have I become this energy now and I'm not feeling it? I'm not perceiving it. Yeah, and then you can even ask to amp it up even more again and just see what happens. How much fun can you have? And how much allowance can you have for you, for your body, and for everyone in your life? So Nam says, really, literally, hair changes color automatically. Our body chooses to get. Oh, for me personally, are you asking what do I do? I go to a hairstylist. Yeah, I do. And I have asked my hair to change color. This is my natural color here on the sides, and it has changed color. So how much fun is that? It's not as extreme yet. Nam said, I did ice cream challenge and hurt my teeth, was pounding about it. Surprisingly, same topic. How cool. Awesome. Yeah. So what amount of allowance are you willing to have for you and your magic, that if you were willing to have it, would actualize the magic that's been impossible? Anything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy it and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Anyone just joining us, because I have seen the numbers grow. And if you are not familiar with the words I just used, the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement, please check out theclearingstatement.com for more information on that. It's just a magical way to clear out some energy. So what if allowance is actually a superpower? What if allowance is magic? It really is. It's so interesting to observe how it can dissolve something. It can change something that's so real and so intense. And just even using the words, wow, interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. So take something where you felt magic failed you, or you failed with magic. Maybe you didn't, you tried that diet and you were told this diet was going to work, and you got light on it and you did it and it didn't create the result that you thought it was going to create. Or you did all the energy pulls you're supposed to do and you still only got 2 people in your class. Whatever it is, anywhere where you get a sense of somewhere where you bought that magic failed you, or you failed with magic. Okay. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. So what this does is a million things, but I'm going to talk about one piece of it. It's like actually breaks up the electrical charge around it that's making it real and making it solid. And when you hold on to that, that moves forward with every time you ask. So say you failed with creating a miracle with your body in some way, and then your next ask with your body is going to have that live failure with it. So we're breaking up that charge. We're breaking up all the lies and the judgments, and all the lies and the judgments that are holding that one lie and judgment in place. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. It's not working. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. I did everything right and I'm still not rich. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Do this for every place where you thought that you failed as a magician, you failed with magic, or magic failed you. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view. So Sherry says, if we change every day, we'll not feel anything. You just be it. You'll have a sense of the change, difference of the past. Yeah. So I think I kind of answered that with what I'd said. I don't know if there's a delay going on, but you can definitely have a sense of the change, a difference from the past, absolutely. And it's like that when you're becoming something much more than you've allowed yourself to be. You often, not all the time, sometimes you won't even notice. It's just like, wow, something's changed and you don't even know what's happened. It can totally show up that way. There is no like form and structure to it. But there are times where you'll even people have described like, oh my God, I've been dizzy for 3 days because they've become a level of space that they're not used to occupying. And when they actually like relax into being that space, then they won't describe themselves of being dizzy anymore. And then they just become it. Yeah. Great, wrong, good, bad, puck, flat, all night, shorts, boys, and beyond. So I'm aware of shape shifting of body in any shape. How can we actualize awareness and be so much fun? Exactly. And that is exactly. So ask your body, are you capable of shape shifting right now? Yes or no? Okay. If you get yes, like right now, and I'm talking present, like present, body, are you capable of shape shifting? Yes or no? If you get a yes, okay, what would it take? How much fun can we have? I'm in it for the ride. What would we like to shapeshift into? What can we choose to explore this capacity right now? Okay. And choose those things. So it might be suddenly you get this sense of I need to spend a lot more time with the earth. It might be that you get pulled to do a class on Right Body for You, or a magic class, or it could be a class that seems related, and it could be a class that seems completely unrelated. Talk to the animals. Okay. If you get a no, then look at that. Look at that. Did we buy somewhere? So did I buy a lie somewhere and I'm locking you out of this possibility? Oh, I did buy a lie somewhere because when I was a kid, I shape shifted and I was negated. So I bought that I can't do it. Or you know what? My body, I have a sense there's some stuff locked in and I need to do some body processes for 3 days. And just have that allowance of whatever is required without a point of view. And allowing it to show up when it shows up and how it's going to show up. And not so we see these movies, right? Because we dream of what would shape shifting look like? What would it be like? Now, if you're targeting anything like that, the way your personal body might do shape shifting might be very different. So would you even have the allowance of how shape shifting shows up with you in your body? Might be completely different. Yeah. All right. I love where we're going today, and we're definitely going a little bit far for a Facebook Live. So we're gonna wrap it up here in a minute. I'm so grateful for all of you being here. Marisol says it was absolutely dizzy yesterday after our class on Tuesday. Wow, how much fun can we have? Yeah, absolutely. So what new spaces or capacities or being did you step into? And it's so when you're willing to have no point of view, it is an exploration. It is like an exploration of magic and what is possible. And when you're putting time and projection and expectation into the equation, then you are creating impossibilities that you are either trying to overcome or you're proving to yourself that you're not magic. Jude says possibilities. Yes. Ask magic. Love this. Thank you. I love you, Jude. Thank you so much. I adore you. Naramata, all magic and Disney movies are true reality, not just imagination. Yeah, absolutely. And and know what you know about those, but also what if we're willing to have even greater? And what if we're willing to have it show up different than what we see in the movies? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, so much. Super grateful for these Facebook Lives. Just a little teaser. We have something cooking for you all, and hopefully launching in the next month or two here. It's going to be big. It's going to be grand. It's going to be glorious. You're all invited. We'll give you more details soon, but I just wanted to trickle those possibilities to you. So have a beautiful, magical, next level allowance day today. Bye for now. We'll see you next Thursday.